classification that you're going to register has to have one of these. So we've got 19 skilled trades classifications that we operate between the engineering trades and the manufacturing trades. The engineering trades are the experimental.
When you say that we operate apprenticeship programs that you have, okay.
What are the engineering? Can you go over what engineering?
Experimental model makers, metal model makers, wood model makers, experimental vehicle builders, experimental painters. So the Tech Center, Proving Grounds, Pontiac BPO North has got a lot of guys that do engine builds and things like that. We're a little bit unique from Ford in that regard because Ford has gotten rid of a lot of that engineering piece. Roush Racing takes care of a lot of that stuff for them, a few other suppliers, where GM has kept that part of the business in-house.
I'd love to have a list of all the different skilled trades, like what you just were saying. And
Okay. So,
if you want to just, I can try to write it down, but even like just sending it to me,
yeah.
that'd be great.
Well, I mean, you can take a look at
Yeah.
what they are.
That'd be great.
So we've run this play a few times. That's the new template. When Trump came into office, he insisted that they change the template.
To address what? To reflect
His
what?
ego.
What?
His ego.
What did it? Well, what was the action? What did the change entail? He just wanted to like have some
see how it
influence.
says apprenticeship there?
Yeah.
This is the new template. The old template was Apprenticeship USA. That was the only difference. But he had to put his mark on it. I guess it's the equivalent of pissing on the tree.
If anything, I feel like he would want the USA there or something. I don't know.
So these are all the different classifications that we have registered with the Department of Labor as an apprenticeable trade.
And that reflects then all of the skilled trades that like currently exist within GM. Okay. So it's like one for one.
Right. Well, some classifications that we do have are non-apprenticeable. So
Okay.
there are more.
That's good to know. Why are they non-apprenticeable? What does that mean?
Some of them are offshoots. So we've got like an engineering trade, we've got die makers. But then we also have copper die makers that specialize in electrodes for induction hardening systems. So there are other classifications out there that aren't necessarily reflected in there. Some of the engineering trades, you know, the wood model makers will sometimes get into some other specialty areas, so they put them in another classification through local agreement, but they're not an apprenticeable trade that we run through here.
Okay.
So they're already journey persons, but
they've already gone through,
Right.
I guess, foundational sort of training that they need, and they've developed some sort of specialization.
You would also have some that like say fork truck repair,
right.
which we wouldn't have an apprenticeship program for that anymore, but we have fork truck repairmen.
Okay. So a list of skilled trades that are apprenticeable and then non-apprenticeable, that would be great.
This is the nuts and bolts of this. So this would be what.
And you have the
electrician
ONET code up there. That's interesting. Yeah.
This was what an electrician would go through for their program.
Okay.
All the pre-stuff and what they make and wage tables and all that. This is also the requirement. So this is today what they're going through. And as an electrician, he'll probably look at this and think we're out of our minds because there's not any of the traditional type electrical work with power distribution and that type of activity going on. This is all.
What does that reflect? So what does that mean?
So we do they got to understand electrical fundamentals and things like that. But more of this is about automated equipment.
I see. So, but they're not like that. The quality of this all makes sense. Like you don't have problems with what's here.
No, the quality and what we
It's
get
just
out,
it's
what
changed
we have
because
out
of
the other
technology.
end. These guys will be able to keep a factory running.
Yeah.
But they might not necessarily be able to wire a three-way switch in a house.
Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So it'll be a different, and it's very specialized. So they have to have 300 hours in what we call our GMS global maintenance process. So they're going to get between floor time and classroom time, they're going to get quite a bit on this because this is how GM wants to run their business. What they call their GMS, their global manufacturing system.
Okay, I was wondering what GMS stood for. Sorry, I know this is kind of. Is everyone okay with me just like continuing to ask
You're doing
questions
fine.
and stuff? Okay.
As long as you're happy, we're
Oh yeah.
okay.
So this is what they'll be doing on the floor. So we're going to require that they satisfy all of these hours
Okay.
on the factory floor, working alongside of their journeyman. And then once you saw downstairs, this is what they're going to be doing down there. So they're going to have,
Okay.
you know, electrical print reading. That's actually the class that's going on right now is the electrical print reading and basic electricity class. And they got PLCs, which is a programmable logic control. Robotics, and they got 3 different levels of PLC and robotics. Those are the kind of the core of that classification. That's what makes a plant run. And then a lot of the what we call peripheral systems, with vision systems and sealer systems, and all these other things that run off of the automated systems. They're add-ons, if you will.
So, let's say on CNC fundamentals, do they learn any of the CNC programming, or
Yeah.
is it?
So they're going to learn, and when we get to that point, we're going to have 4 CNC machines here in the building that they're going to be able to work on. So they'll take them through some lecture time, but it's going to be, you know, a lot of the way these guys do training. We're partnered with Leone, and they'll say, okay, this is what we're about to do. We're going to walk you through it, now go do it. And then it's a lot more hands-on type activity than you would probably have seen in a community college environment.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's been our experience that skilled trades guys don't tend to learn through book learning and lecture.
Yeah.
You know, they want to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
That's what makes sense to them.
Yeah. There is a combination though of like stuff that happens on the floor, but then
Yeah, this is very much tied to what happens on the floor.
okay. But like, are they actually? So you're saying though that they're in settings that have the machinery that they would eventually work on, but that
No, this is the machinery they are working
Oh,
on.
that-
That's
okay.
what's probably different about this.
Okay.
Is because in the community college environment, we teach them about robotics,
Yeah.
but not necessarily the ones they were working on.
okay.
Because what we do with it in the factory might not be what they're doing with it in the college environment.
Okay.
Or the equipment may be very,
Yeah.
very different.
Does the college make it
Yeah.
donated to Siemens?
They have what
Yeah.
we
I
have.
see.
A lot of times what the college has is what we donated to them
Yeah.
that we tore out 5 years ago. So it's,
Yeah.
we know it's outdated.
I see.
Because we gave it to them.
Okay. That's always how it's worked, I guess.
Not always, but they, you know, they'll get grants and annuities and things like that. And they do everything they can.
Yeah.
But you know, then they get $5 million. But then they start shopping what they can do with that amount of money, and they tend to buy older equipment. It's good for the smaller mom and pop type operations, which is quickly becoming, you know, their focal point. But we're 10 years ahead of that as far as the technology. I mean, and you know, look at your iPhone.
Yeah.
And how much that technology changes this, and this stuff is no different.
Yeah.
Just the speed and what it's running at now. You know, we've gotten to the point now that the 2D and 3D robot vision systems, you know, where we're going to basically eliminate the next level of operators, the next production employees. These vision systems on a robot can pick up loose parts out of a bin. It used to be we'd have to take a part out and set it where the robot could get itself into a position to pick it up. They don't need that anymore. Now they can kind of hover over and say, okay, I want that one, and go get it.
Yeah, more good news.
Yeah.
And so they learn the programming in the classroom.
Right.
How often do they use it on the shop floor? Or is it something that
Daily.
they, okay,
So
okay.
we're going to really focus in on that. When they come through the process, we're going to send them back home with on-the-job instructions, which isn't something that's ever been done before either.
So, but currently they don't do it, and going forward they will, or?
Well, yeah, I have the old program queued up. So this is the old electrical schedule. And this is what we would hold them to previously. So very generalized. Only about 1,700 hours was on the automated equipment systems, where everything else was more power distribution and general electrical type stuff that you would see. And then this was all we had to tell the Department of Labor. This is our classroom training portion, and that's all we had to tell them, and they were fine with that. But now they want course numbers, they want seat time hours, they want to know exactly what's going on. So that was a change that the Department of Labor made. Now we obviously have no problem doing that because we've always been on the forefront of how we're going to run our
GM
program.
has always.
Yeah.
So GM has always had strong apprenticeship programs.
Yeah.
And you were saying compared to Ford and to Chrysler,
No,
or
I think
just in
all
general.
the big three have had really,
Okay.
really strong
I see.
apprenticeship programs.
I
We
see.
kind of really invented it. I mean, the first
Yeah.
registered apprenticeship program was Ford.
Yeah.
I mean, they pretty well